Hello and welcome to your negotiation class at the Washington University School of Law. I'm Kent Syverud. I was Dean of the Washington University School of Law from 2006 to 2014, and I've taught negotiation at many universities and schools around the world. I've put this course together for you to teach you the rudiments of negotiation skills. In the next 8 weeks, you are going to negotiate 4 agreements with your classmates, and you are going to see how others performed the same negotiations. You will watch students and lawyers conduct the same negotiations you conducted, and you will learn by watching closely the differences between what you did and what your classmates and others did. This course uses simulated negotiation problems. You are going to negotiate to rent a wedding hall. You're going to negotiate a commercial contract. You are going to negotiate a retainer agreement between an attorney and a client, and you are going to negotiate a complex dispute between a doctor, a hospital, and a patient. Each problem comes with confidential facts for each side in the negotiation, and each problem is based on an actual dispute that has occurred in the past in the United States. There are problems in using simulations, which I want to highlight for you at the outset. First of all, the facts are brief, briefer than you will experience in real life. If you really were renting a wedding hall for your daughter's wedding, you would have access to your daughter, the client, and would be able to probe in great depth her preferences and interests. If you were really renting a wedding hall in the United States, you would have an ability to visit, if you wished, various wedding halls in the course of the negotiation. In a simulation, you are going to be restricted to the facts on your confidential instruction sheet, and you will have no access to your client directly. Nevertheless, I want you to accept the problem for what it is, step into role as a negotiator, and perform as best as you can as a professional negotiator in the exercise. I want to give you a concrete illustration of how this becomes a challenge for you. Because the facts are brief, we cannot rule out every possible scenario, and you will have to fill in some of the wealth of detail in human life in order to step into role as a negotiator. Your second problem in this course involves negotiating the purchase of a shipment of bed springs, so that mattresses and bed springs can be assembled. This problem has been negotiated tens of thousands of times by students, lawyers, judges, and others that I have taught. By far the highest price ever paid for the bed springs was paid by a buyer who became convinced that the bed springs would cure cancer. This is because the seller told the buyer that the bed springs were cancer-curing properties. There was nothing in the confidential instructions suggesting any medicinal properties or cancer-curing properties of the bed springs. And the seller of the bed springs essentially took the position that while nothing said it could cure cancer, there was also nothing that said it could not. You are going to have to decide what additional facts are well within the realm of the instructions and the narrative you are given, and what facts fall well outside it, which, by the way, cancer did. And you're going to have to make that decision remembering that you are going to be negotiating with your classmates over the entire 8 weeks and will develop a reputation during that period. Throughout the 8 weeks, you're going to be reviewing reading materials and short lectures that I've recorded for you on aspects of negotiation skills that we're covering in the problems. Your instructors will be discussing and debriefing with you, as will I, and making suggestions for improvement. You're going to pass this course if you participate in all exercises in good faith, if you attend classes and complete readings and lectures. But you're going to learn from this course if you take it seriously and ask yourself how you fall short, how you can do better based on what you saw yourself do and what you saw others do with the same problems. You are going to learn terrifically how to improve if you watch quite closely. In our first week, we're going to be reading Urian Fisher's Getting to Yes, Negotiating Agreement Without Giving In, which is a widely used text in negotiation in the United States. And you'll be viewing a short lecture I prepared on how to prepare for a negotiation. and you will be preparing for and conducting your first negotiation in which you will be renting a wedding hall. Good luck, and let's get rolling.